For action here at the beautiful Park Theater in Cranston, Rhode Island. Michael Parenti joined by Mariano Agmi, the CES boxing publicist, stepping in the booth here tonight. Want to thank you for joining us on Boxing TV. And right now tonight you're watching Winter Brawl, CES's annual winter festivity. It's a great night of boxing tonight here in Cranston.
Let's welcome our first fighter to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, John Medina.
Here at the beautiful Park Theater in Cranston, Rhode Island. Michael Parenti joined by Mariano Agmi, the CES boxing publicist, stepping in the booth here tonight. Want to thank you for joining us on Boxing TV. And right now tonight you're watching Winter Brawl, CES's annual winter festivity. It's a great night of boxing tonight here in Cranston. And right now, Mariano, we're watching John Medina from Cumberland, Rhode Island, make his way to the ring from Cumberland by way of Puerto Rico, looking to get that first W. And you know as well as anybody, Mariano, that sometimes the fighter who really wants that W can sometimes be the most dangerous.
Absolutely, and you know, originally from Puerto Rico, we know the Puerto Ricans are very prideful when it comes to their boxing, so I'm expecting a bit of that slick sort of boxer-puncher type style from him.
And here is Medina. Let's send it back up to Adam Palazzo.
And his opponent making his way to the ring, Roberto Colon.
Coming in from Fall River, Massachusetts, Roberto Colon also in search of his first win. He only has one pro fight. He lost that one to Joseph Chisholm at Foxwoods Casino. That was back in September of 2024. Now, Colon does have a very good amateur background, a former Golden Glove novice champion, managed by Carlos Alvarado, one of the local managers who also advises Josh Alvarado, no relation by the way, who will be on the card later on tonight. Now, Colon was supposed to originally face Nicky DeQuatro. That fight got scratched. John Medina has stepped in. It's a big night for Colon. It's a big spot. Looking to get that first W after a real quick loss back in 2024, and you know he's itching to get in there.
Absolutely, and no shame in losing to Joseph Chisholm, one of the blue chip prospects in this region. So we'll see which one can pick up their first win tonight.
The following bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black and pink trunks. He weighed in at 135 pounds. Tonight he fights in his 5th pro bout, hailing from Providence, Rhode Island, ladies and gentlemen, John Medina. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the red trim. He weighed in at 136 pounds. His pro record, no wins and 1 loss. Hailing from Fall River, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, Roberto Colon. The man in charge of the action when the bell rings, Mr. Eddie Claudio.
Adam Palazzo, the ring announcer, best in the business, bringing us the action here tonight. We're excited for this one. This is the first of 7 bouts on this card here on Boxing TV. 4 rounds in the lightweight division. Eddie Claudio, the official tonight. Mariano, we're about ready to get going. Good to have you back in the booth.
Absolutely happy to be here, and I look forward to an exciting night. We have a lot of prospects in action and a couple of really great fights up at the top of the card.
Colon in the red and black trunks, Medina in the black and purple. Now, Medina also a pro MMA fighter, by the way. He fought 3 times for CS Boxing's sister promotion, CS MMA. That was between 2023 and 2024.
And you know, Michael, you can kind of notice that right away with him switching stances, which is something you see very commonly with MMA fighters.
A lot of times, too, as you know, they're awkward. Their approach can be a little bit deceptive as they come in. But Medina's coming out swinging. Colon just trying to keep his composure. Big right hand there by Colon. Medina takes a knee. That's going to be a knockdown. Medina will get the standing A count from Eddie Claudio. Looks like he's all right.
Right away, what you could see is Medina just putting a lot of pressure, but leaving himself very open for these counter shots by the more professional boxer, I would say.
And really, it's a matter of having a guy who's coming in and he's very awkward. He's going to swing these wide looping shots. Colon just has to kind of keep his composure, like you said. There's
maybe-
openings right down the middle if you take them.
That's right. And maybe try to create some distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pivot away to create the distance and then land some longer shots because he is the rangier fighter.
A lot of times in these fights, too, when you don't see a lot of your opponent before the fight, it's a matter of weathering that storm for the first 35 seconds there as Cologne lands again with the right hand. And once you figure out and you get the timing down, you can take control.
As things settle down, you're going to see, I think, a lot more jabs and right hands from Cologne.
90 seconds to go here in round one. Again, we're on Boxing TV tonight. Joining you from the Park Theater in Cranston, Rhode Island, Michael Parenti and Mariano Agmi, bringing you the action ringside. First of 7 fights on this card, presented by CES Boxing. Good round so far for Cologne. Scored the early knockdown.
And Medina looks like he's got his legs under him again, so we still have a fight.
He's in it. Sometimes fighters who step in there at the last minute don't always have the cardio, don't always have the gas in the tank to go the 4 full rounds. And sometimes they just empty that tank early in the fight. Big left hand that time. And down goes Medina again.
Huge left hook.
Big looping left cross there. Medina's up. Not quite as light on his toes as he was the first time, but he is bouncing a bit. Eddie Claudio again with the 8 count. Medina's going to keep going. 25 seconds to go in round one. We'll see if Cologne can close this one out. Down goes Medina again.
This time from a right hand.
And Claudio's going to let it go. We got 10 seconds to go in the round here, so it looks like for all intents and purposes, Medina will survive this round, but it was an absolute whitewash here by Cologne. And there's the bell.
And Mike, impressively, Medina wanted to trade again.
Medina, listen, he came to fight. He knows he's going to get his money's worth, and so will the fans here. But a good opening round for Cologne as we take a look at some of the replay action,
After
Mariano.
the fights are over, the night continues at Bella Vista.
You can see that they're both sort of weighing each other, and there's just a big left hook. Catches him right on the chin.
That's a good sign of patience there from Cologne. He's seeing what Medina brings to the table. He's patient, sees the opening there, lands the left hook, and down he goes. But Medina, despite getting knocked down 3 times in that round, a couple you could sort of call flash knockdowns. He popped up quickly.
Yeah,
But that second knockdown was the big one. That one looked
was.
a little hurt when he got back up, but he did make it back to his feet. And by all accounts here, it looks like he will come out for the second round. We're taking a look over into that blue corner just to peer over there.
Yeah, let's see if that minute break can give him some respite and he can come back strong. He does look like he's got his legs under him again, so. But this is really a matter of technique, and Medina's lack of technique, just coming in there, throwing a barrage of punches, just leaving himself susceptible to Cologne's counter.
It's something you see a lot of times from MMA fighters who are, in a sense, dual sport athletes who get in there and box. The ring is looking great, and we're just about ready to resume the action here at Winter Brawl. We thank you guys for your patience, by the way. All our viewers at home to give you a little bit of a rundown of the fight card, a great opportunity for us to preview what's coming ahead. But right now, here we go. Bell's ringing, and round 2's underway.
And Mike, right away, you see Medina come out swinging for the fences. So I don't think he's changed much of his strategy.
Maybe didn't learn much. And down he goes again for the 4th time. No rust whatsoever from Roberto Cologne, who had to endure almost a 10-minute wait between rounds, and that's going to do it.
That was it, and he just did not look well there.
And at the end of the day, Mariano, it was too much from the opening bell from Roberto Cologne, but a big win for the Fall River Mass native as he gets win number 1. Take a look at the replay here.
Big left hook again. The key to the fight tonight for Roberto Cologne was that big left hook, and he landed it right on the chin again. And this time, Medina's legs were not under him, and you could see that he was blinking, trying to recover, and he just could not.
No, and at that point, it's a good stoppage. He really did have no chance of winning this fight. I think Eddie Claudio sees that. Why have him go in there, potentially take more punishment, possibly get hurt, worse than he's already been hurt in this fight? It's a good stoppage. It was time to put a wrap to that one, and a gift wrap, you could say, or a nice tidy ribbon for Roberto Cologne who gets win number 1. Very impressive performance. He scores 4 knockdowns in just under 2 rounds to get the W. And we could see some more of him.
And you can see
he's
celebrating his first win. Very, very happy. And he should be. Good performance for him.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. He had to take some time off after that pro debut loss. That fight was in September of 2024. So you think about that, more than a year later, and here he is. Let's set it up to Adam Palazzo for the particulars.
gentlemen, your winner, 22 seconds into round number 2 by TKO, Roberto Colon.
So there it is, 22 seconds into round number 2. Roberto Colon gets the victory. We've got plenty more to come on Boxing TV. Stay with us.